A little more about me and why I'm doing this. First, I feel like I've found now why I'm here. I have been looking for a long time for a way to hold space for people in a deeper way. And I feel like my whole life has been leading up to becoming a Tantra practitioner. So there's that. I was raised Catholic. I always knew there was a higher intelligence. I always felt from a young age there was something greater, something bigger. When I got older and learned about other faiths, I knew we were all praying to the same being, the same intelligence. And while I have a BA in psychology, when I went to medical school and learned all of the different biochemical processes that go on and all the nerves and blood vessels and healing powers of the body, meaning the immune system that keeps ourselves well when it's working well, all the linings of the esophagus and the stomach to keep us protected from the acid that's needed to protect our body. It's just like so many processes that it deepened my faith. Going to medical school and learning all of those different processes deepened my faith because I knew there had to be something greater organizing all of this. This is not a random thing. This is not a random just goo that's happening. And I felt that was my path for healing, helping heal people. And going through medical school was rich, deeply rich, and learning so much. But I felt that, the 15-minute primary care model of seeing patients for 15 minutes and prescribing medication was not the way for me. So I decided to enter into a specialty where I could intersect with a lot of different points of medicine. So anesthesiology, you're in the operating room, cardiothoracic surgery, general surgery, labor and delivery, healing, helping pain relief for the moms, delivering of the babies in surgery, critical care medicine. So there was so many different intersections, and I loved the interacting with different teams and that. So that was brilliant. I loved every moment of it. Pretty early in my career, I experienced the loss of my life partner, the father of my daughter. Now, I've done a lot of processing on this. And I've also done a practice today. So as I mentioned, as Tantra practitioners, we work with our emotions every day. So I cry every day. If there's nothing, I cry just about every day, I'll say. If there's nothing that really needs a cry that's there, it'll maybe just a small release or just a vocalization. But so I'm not sure how this will go, this video, but I've woven that into my being. But that loss took me down. That loss took me to the depths of the soul. I blamed myself a lot. I did the what if so many times. And while I was an anesthesiologist, I'd never experienced chronic pain. And that was when I learned what chronic pain was. Dealing with that grief and carrying that daily. Now, grief is a natural, normal part of the human process. And I leaned on a lot of things that weren't the best to lean on, right? So I used some alcohol more than I should have and blamed myself so much. So it wasn't just natural grief, it was kind of complex grief for me because I just blamed and blamed and blamed. And I never wanted to feel better because he was gone and it was my fault. So how can I feel good now? Because he's not here. And so a lot of complex things like that. And it took a long time for that to get woven into my being. And it was actually spirit that said, okay, enough now, enough pain now. And I think I had to go through that pain so that I could help more thoroughly, help others more thoroughly. So there's nothing that one could say to me that would cause me to judge them or to love them any less as a human. There's no judgment here. Every part of the human experience is welcome, and that's what we're learning and practicing. And even if you've done something terrible in your past, even if you think no one will love you, it starts here. It starts right here. And so I started to love myself little by little, part by part, cell by cell. And I started to want to know more about other ways to heal and help hold space. I started reading more, and I started doing things like darkness retreat, and I was able to get back into meditation. And the desire to want to hold space for people in a deeper way, to bring their whole being into acceptance, just became louder, and it was time. So Embodied Higher Bliss was born, and framework creation, and it's been a beautiful process to witness, and learning Tantra from my incredible teachers, and learning other energy medicine techniques from incredible healers. Katie Gross is an incredible healer, Alexander Curlin, among others. Just amazing beings working and connecting in the Twin Cities here. So, no agenda to fix, but to receive, to help spread love, to help spread acceptance, to help find that safe space inside. I hope that's a little bit more understanding of why I'm opening my home and holding space for people in this way. And it means a lot to me. It's basically my life's work. I feel like everything has culminated to me holding space for people like this. So thanks so much. Take care. And I hope to see you soon.